This video is entitled The Customer Getting Secret That Nobody Understands, and I hope you'll be patient with me because this is my first attempt at using a teleprompter. So, we shall begin. I screwed up a perfect storm opportunity in the 90s. One that could have made me enough money to retire on my own private island in probably 3 years or less. And sadly, for me, that's not an exaggeration. Interestingly enough, I see almost all marketers making that same mistake these days, even many of the experienced ones who should know better. But lucky you, I'm going to reveal to you today everything about this secret so you don't make it. Under one condition. Since I screwed up my private island opportunity, when you're so rich that China owes you money, please don't forget little old Doberman Dan, okay? Send me a Magnum red Ferrari or a Larry Carlton signature Gibson ES335 guitar, or at the very least, just hire me to write some copy for you, okay? Promise? Goody gumdrops. Allow me to proceed. Spoken with my best Adam Sandler is Billy Madison voice. Oh, one last thing. I really mean it, you know. If you listen to me, this could make you so darn flush with cashola. You can buy your own private island, hire Oprah as your personal chef, and Trump as your gardener. Okay, now that, in my poor attempt at humor, actually is an exaggeration. Not the part about your own island, the part about Oprah and Trump. Because in a few months, weeks, or maybe even days, both are going to be embedded in their own heavily fortified bug-out compounds. Therefore not available for hire. So that was the exaggeration part, not buying your own private island part. Anywho, here's the mistake. In the mid-90s, I ran some test ads in newspapers offering a nutritional supplement. The timing was just perfect. It was mostly because there was this book that was really popular at that time, written by an MD. And everybody had heard about it. Everybody in the health market had heard about it. Everybody knew about it. And my product just totally perfectly jived with that book. So when all the numbers came in, it looked to me like a failure. So I canceled all the ads and never rolled it out. Why, you ask? Well, good question. Because the numbers revealed that when I spent $1 on media buys with half-page newspaper ads, I got back $1 in sales. In other words, to use marketer speak, the ads were at break even. Now, in my eyes at the time, that meant that they were a failure. Because, see, I was a rookie back then. And I was also running ads in all the bodybuilding magazines at the time. Every single bodybuilding magazine that was published, I had this one successful ad in. In the worst performing magazines, my ads were bringing in a 3-to-1 return on ad spend. So in other words, spend $1,000 on my ad and I get back $3,000 in sales. In the best performing magazines, I was getting a 6-to-1 return on ad spend. And since I was just still a dumb rookie back then, I just thought that was normal. That is not normal. It was highly unlikely and super difficult to get results like that with a front-end campaign back in those days. Nowadays, it is virtually impossible in all media, online and offline, which is why I thought my newspaper ads at a 1-to-1 return on ad spend were a failure. Now, something else to consider. Bodybuilding is a subculture, right? As I affectionately call it. It's a niche, much smaller than the health market, which is a mass market, which means that your pool of potential customers is substantially larger in the health market than the bodybuilding market. It also means that it was highly unlikely and super difficult to get better than a 1-to-1 return on ad spend with a front-end campaign in those days. Like I said, these days, impossible in all media, online and offline, but super hard to do even back then. Having said all that, let me try to simplify this for you. My failed ads were actually this: a marketing asset that could have brought me tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and possibly millions of customers at zero cost to me. And that means this: since the health market, again, a mass market, is so darn huge, I could have gotten crazy amounts of customers in a very short period of time for free. In other words, spent $100,000 on a Monday, I recouped that $100,000 by Friday, and had me, just for example, let's say I had me 5,000 new customers or 10,000 new customers, all gotten for free. But Dan, since you were only breaking even, you still wouldn't have made any money. That's what I heard from so many marketers when I've told this story in the past. And tisk, 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 my dear, dear, clueless rookie. Drum roll, please. That was the mistake. The one that cost me a life of wealth and ease, living on my own private island with my own private jet and yacht. And since I was still a heathen back then and single, a plethora of endless carnal pleasures that might have killed me and or cemented a special place for me in hell. But you still don't get it, do you? My goodness, Greenhorn, this is Direct Response 101 here. You should know this. You don't make your money on the front end. And even though it's pretty much impossible to do this, to do it nowadays, even if you could, only a bovine, clod-pated, cityfied moron would make money on the front end. Why? Because it slows the growth of your business to a snail's pace, and it steals all of your profits. Why? Because a smart marketer knows these 2 points. Number one, the only purpose of your front end is to bring you customers, not to make money. Because, point number two, you make your money on the back end. Now sit up straight, turn off your mind-numbing, IQ-lowering heroin, that's your smartphone by the way, take a big deep breath and pay attention as if your life depended on it, because in many cases it does. Do a little what the mystics used to call Lectio Divina on those 2 points I just shared. And keep doing that until it sinks into your crusty, calcified, and concrete thick cranium. Because what I just shared with you is understood by very, very, virtually infinitesimal few marketers, sadly. But it's the master key to you getting as moneyed as you choose to be. And yes, it is that simple. Listen, even the best of the best marketers in the world, with the deepest pockets in the world, yeah, even those folks cannot make money on the front end these days. In any medium, online or offline. In fact, most of those marketers lose money on the front end. And if that happens for them, they are thrilled about it. Why? Again, rookie, Lectio Divina, those 2 points I just shared with you. Listen, this is knowledge that I've sweated blood and invested decades to learn, and has literally cost me millions of dollars. Millions of my own dollars I've invested, and millions lost because I was a stupid rookie who didn't understand this. And you just got that information free, which is probably another big mistake on my part, because nobody values stuff given away free. What this is right now, it's a pregnant pause for effect. I have just given you the keys to the kingdom. Use it and prosper. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button.